Kelly, I think your guy is present on Zoom.
Oh, he is, okay.
Who is he?
Juan Uribe.
Can I see the file on Juan Uribe, please? And Norma, I need a date for PTD. All right, Mr. Uribe, you need
Yes,
to show your
ma'am.
video.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey. All right, we're gonna bring you back on December 5th. You can appear by Zoom, all right?
December 5th?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and you can appear by Zoom.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you, Judge. You're welcome.
All right, who's here on Enoch Segundo? And probation, there are no applications if you come down. Court is calling 2024 CR 008843, State of Texas versus Enoch Segundo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Victoria Cruz on behalf of Raymond Martinez.
And are you Mr. Segundo?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any objections to this attorney standing in for Raymond Martinez? Right, counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, defense is satisfied.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Everyone, please whisper. Whisper like you're spies. Did you understand you're charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Segundo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the state jail facility. There's a $2,000 fine. There are no applications. The state is taking in consideration 735,048, 735,049, night mag number 763361, and there's to be restitution, if any, to Chloe Rocha. That's CLOE. Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with Chloe Rocha. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
No objection from defense.
All right, and state before you're excused, would you like to address the no contact order? All right, thank you. You may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
And you wish to speak to the no contact order?
Your Honor, I misspoke, actually. I would like to request that defendant be allowed to have a restitution hearing, if any, as part of his requirements. I saw that restitution to the complainant is owed. That's fine. I'm just requesting a hearing to determine the amount beforehand.
Okay.
And if defendant could have credit for time served, we have 217 days on the system now, and that's all.
All right, and who is Viviano Segundo Senior?
My brother.
And who is Juan Antonio Segundo III?
Juan,
Yes,
if I'm not mistaken, that's my grandfather.
okay. All right, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money will run concurrent. Take in consideration 735,048, 735,049. There's to be no contact with Chloe Rocha. And restitution, if any. If you wish to have a restitution hearing, if the amount is something that you deem inappropriate, you can just request it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, this whole thing that you're involved with, that could have turned sideways so quickly where you could have been killed, your brother or whoever is with you could have been killed. Do you have any children?
No.
All right, so you shouldn't even be thinking about that yet because you have to get your life in order. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Unless you want to spend the rest of your life wearing orange in prison with somebody telling you something to do every single day, you better change your life. You understand?
Yes, Your
All right, good luck to you.
Honor. All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's here on Roberto Andrade? How long do y'all expect this jury trial to last?
We might have a resolution. Maybe the
Okay.
state wants to speak to that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, recall this for November 14th. And it's for disposition, otherwise it's going to be a jury trial.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
thank you. Hi, thank you. Okay, what page is Andrade on? All right, thank you. Yes. All right, who's here with the interpreter on Brian Maldonado Arita? How long is this jury trial going to last? All right, Norm, I need a jury trial date, criminal trial division. Oh, I'm so sorry. Just 1 second. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a date, PTD. All right, we'll be back on December 5th. Make sure that everything is signed and filled out by that time. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right.
December 5th, I
Yes.
have a docket call for a jury docket, a trial site, excuse me, in Travis County.
All right, you can appear by Zoom,
Okay, thank you.
but your client will need to be here.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, once he signs the recess form, he's excused.
There's one more case, Your Honor.
All right, let me call that. Number, what page is Maldonado on? All right, thank you. And who is the other person who needs the interpreter?
Yes.
All right, if he'll come forward, please. I'm sorry, what's the name?
Arturo Campos Toledo, Your Honor. House number, if you need it.
Yeah, do you have that file?
Yes,
Your Honor.
we're fixing up the paperwork.
We approached before we get on record for this case.
Sure.
Your Honor, we do have the impact statement. I would just ask for, our police to grab our evidence from upstairs.
Oh, sure, they haven't even entered their plea yet, so you'll have time.
Judge, can you give us a moment because we have families, both family sides are here. We have to like move on.
Okay, sure. All right, we're not ready on this case yet.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Would you like him to take the headset off?
Yes, if he'll just have a seat.
Okay.
Sarah Gutierrez. Sarah Elizabeth Gutierrez. So who is the prosecutor on this?
No, the CTD, Mr. Edelman.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date.
December 2nd.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be December 2nd. Plea deadline dates have expired. Court will not accept any plea bargain agreements with that good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
I mean, here's the thing. I want to make sure that you
Well, I
understand.
mean, I don't have a choice, so I
Yes.
guess I have to.
It's because we were in the midst of that conversation, Judge, before coming in, but I'll explain to Ms. Gutierrez because there's been a bit of a change, so I'll keep her updated for sure.
All right, so you said December when, Norma? All right, so your jury trial date is going to be December 2nd. And thank you. You always dress appropriately for court. I appreciate that. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, okay?
Great.
And I'll contact you. Yeah, for sure.
Jordan Davis. Hello. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. So is this going to be a jury trial?
Yes, Judge, I talked to my client. There was a plea offer on the state's file. My client has
Just one
rejected it.
second. It's going to be a lot of noise. Okay, go for it.
He's rejected it, Your Honor, and we're requesting a jury trial.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2-day jury trial date. All right, December 2nd, once you sign the reset form, you will be excused.
Judge, I have a vacation letter on that day.
You really want to go on vacation and not spend it with us? All right, Norm, I need another date. He has a vacation letter on file.
I'll talk to Ms. Ferguson about the dates, Your Honor.
Give us a date, Ms. Ferguson. Oh, you're going for the entire month of
Yes, Judge.
Christmas? Okay, well, let's do this then, Norma. On this case, let's recall it for November 18th, see where we are. Is that good for you, counsel?
Yes, Judge. November
Right.
18th?
Yes. Norma, put this down for November 18th. No, it's a Monday.
Monday.
All right, so we'll have you back on November 18th. All right,
Thank you,
thank you.
Judge.
This is Arturo Campos. And my understanding, there are families from both sides that are here. Is that correct? Are they here yet?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so there's not to be any outbursts. There's not to be any screaming. There's not to be any yelling. We're not to have any of that. If we do, you're going to be asked to leave and you will not be able to return to give your testimony. Does everyone understand? Does everyone understand?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, our.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge.
All right.
But yes, they understand.
The complaining witness speaks English.
Court is calling 2023 CR 7550, State of Texas versus Arturo Campos Toledo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Morning, Your Honor. Natasha Torres on behalf of Mr. Arturo Campos Toledo, ready.
And are you Mr. Toledo?
See.
Yes.
All right. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Campos, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication? With your attorney, did you understand it?
See.
Yes.
All right, in count 3, you're charged with indecency with child by contact. That's a 2nd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
See.
Yes.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
See.
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
See.
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
According to the plea bargain agreement, state is proceeding on count 3. There's a $1,500 fine. There's to be compliance with Chapter 62 registration. The state is recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, no contact with the complainants, and you're to be supervised by the sex offender unit. Did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
See.
Yes.
Then to count 3, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments or review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Why should I follow this plea? All right, because this really isn't a probation case.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is a case where the state and the defense have worked through various prosecutors. It's quite complicated, to be honest. I understand the court's position. However, through multiple discussions, originally probation was never even an option. But after multiple discussions, including in-person interviews, multiple just motions and discovery review, we have agreed and reached an agreement subject to the court's approval. I understand where the court is coming from, but I think that that's where the complaining witness, according to the state and her mother, who are present here in the courtroom today, is, there's no excuses. And the problem is that this is a very large family. On the left side is my client's mother and basically his sister, and there are 7 other people. Everyone's been destroyed by this.
Right, so here's the thing, the court understands that he would be deported, but this isn't a probation case. Are you saying this is what the complainant wants, or is this what the complainant's mother wants?
Your Honor, since the complainant is a child, we do have to go through the mother. So we have spoken with the mother, and I can ask if she has spoken to the complainant about this as well, but as she has in our other meetings, I assume she has.
Yes.
And so understanding there's going to be a victim impact statement, Your Honor. I understand the court's position, I really do, but Your Honor, this man is looking at being deported. He will never see his other 2 children unless they choose to find him.
I mean, I understand that we're saying he's going to be deported. He's going to be deported, and if he comes back and he's not arrested for anything, then he'll just be in the US.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
Number 1 is he's going to have 10 years of probation for him not to return, including registration. Not just that, I represent people in federal court who cross over. Once he gets deported, he's going to be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. There's just simply no way he's going to become undetected. He knows what's going to happen. He cannot come back.
But I mean, many people come back and they're undetected until some new offense is committed or something happens and they're picked up.
But they do get picked up.
Yes.
Smaller.
But this is not a probation case.
We would just kindly respectfully ask the court, we've come to an agreement and we'd ask the court to consider. I understand exactly what the court's saying, but it seems like the complainant she'd be the one to testify, and she's the one that wants this.
You want to call the mother as a witness as to why I should be accepting this plea? All right. All right, do we need another interpreter? All right, let's call down another interpreter. We'll take a short recess on this till we get another interpreter come down. Jim Wheat, do you have your document?
He's not here, but he'll be just as happy when they send it
We'll
out.
be happy.
Thank you.
Judge, who's the case for that from the jail?
Ramos, Juan Ramos.
Ramos.
Yes.
I know I stepped out of the court and you called Mr. Espinosa's case, but I'll wait my turn. Just want to let the court know that I am present.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
And Deputy Laura, it's for Mr. Ramos to get his dismissal sheet. Yes. We're back on the record. Nightmax 755032, State versus Dirklin, Davie, and counsel.
Yes, I did talk with the lifetime admissions for inpatient. He said that they can admit him at on 11/15, which is next Friday at 10 a.m.
All right. Then what the court will order in this case? State, do you have any objections to allowing him to go inpatient treatment? All right. The court's going to order inpatient treatment with lifetime recovery. And what time would that be, counsel?
At 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. on November 15th. So that's where you'll need to be. Do you understand? And are you still doing your sober support meetings?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to order that you continue with sober support meetings. And do not take this as an opportunity to just go out and drink. Whenever you feel the need to drink, you need to call up and go do a sober support meeting or talk to your sponsor. You understand? All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We are back on the record in 2023 CR 7550, State versus Arturo Toledo. Could I have parties re-announced for the record for the state?
State
Natasha Torres on behalf of Mr. Toledo, Your Honor.
All right. All right, the court wanted a question answered as to why the court should follow this plea bargain agreement. And state there's something you wanted to state.
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with the mother and complainant in this case, from the mother, she would like the court to accept this plea agreement because she does not want her daughter to go through this. Her daughter did have a panic attack upon entering the courtroom today, and it was not able to put her through that on the stand. Additionally, in speaking with the complainant does not want her daughter to go to jail.
All right. And just so the record is clear, the court did have a discussion with the defense and the state, both present at the same time. And the state and the defense did give the court more information as to why the court should accept this plea bargain agreement. So, Mr. Toledo, while the court doesn't feel that you deserve this plea bargain agreement based upon what both parties have informed the court of, I will go forward with the plea. The court will sentence you to a $1,500 fine, 10 years deferred adjudication, Chapter 62 registration. There's been no re-entry into the United States. There's to be no contact with minors.
I apologize, including his other two children?
Yes. So no contact with minors, no contact with the complainants, 200 hours of community service restitution. There is no community service hours where they'll allow him to work based upon the nature of his offense. So the court will notate that for the record. He's to be supervised by the sex offender unit. There's to be regular reporting, regular random UAs. Probation, is there anything else? I expect he is to be deported.
No, Judge.
Is there anything else from either side?
Not in this court.
Not for the defense already.
All right, is there any victim impact?
Yes, Your
All right, then you may proceed.
What would you like to do?
Pues quiero decir, no importa todo lo que me hiciste pasar, papá.
I just want to tell you, it doesn't matter everything you did to me, that, or everything I went through.
Siempre voy a querer lo mejor para ti.
Always want to want the best for you.
Y hice esta decisión porque yo no quiero que vayas a la cárcel porque
I took this decision because I don't want you to go to jail.
sabes que yo quiero lo mejor para ti y que
I only want the best for you.
siempre te voy a querer y siempre voy a pensar en ti, siempre voy a saber que eres mi papá.
I'm always gonna love you. I'm always gonna think of you. And I'm always gonna know that you are my dad.
Y mis hermanitos también igual te quieren mucho.
My brother, little brothers, they also love you very much.
Mi mamá siempre te va a querer igual.
My mom is always gonna love you the same.
Porque tú también eres una persona,
But you're also a person.
tienes sentimientos.
I feel,
Y sé que eres una persona dentro de ti.
I know that deep inside your heart, you're a good person.
Y no importa lo que hiciste,
It doesn't matter what you did.
siempre te voy a querer, papá. Siempre.
Always, I will always love you, Daddy.
Y siempre te estaré orgullosa de ti. Y sé que nomás fue una mala decisión lo que hiciste.
I'm always gonna be very proud of you, and I know that this was only a bad decision that you made.
Quiero que te cuides mucho y te quiero mucho, papá.
I want you to take care of yourself. I love you very much, Dad.
Sé que es difícil,
I know it's hard.
pero sí mi hija te perdonó.
But my daughter forgave you.
Yo desde el fondo de mi corazón te perdono.
I forgive you from the bottom of my heart.
Yo que he visto a mis hijos sufrir,
I've seen my children suffer.
escuchar a Dulce. Ella no quiere vivir.
To hear Dulce stating that she doesn't want to live anymore.
Is there anyone else who needs an interpreter? All right, is there anything you need me to sign? All right. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you.